ओके, हाँ कुछ नहीं होगा। इसको ऑन करो ना, दिख नहीं, वीडियो ऑन कर।
Todo cara tampak harga.
Very good afternoon, everyone. We'll
Good
begin the
afternoon.
session.
Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you doing?
Good, good, good. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I'm Kavita Sharma. Today, we feel honored and privileged to have with us most dedicated personality, Shri Inder Prakash Bhatia, retired Deputy Inspector General from Special DG Headquarters, BSF Chandigarh. On behalf of the entire Hello Kids team, I take this privilege to introduce his remarkable achievements and profile. A highly distinguished professional with 34 plus years of dedicated service in the Border Security Force (BSF), retired as a Deputy Inspector General from the Special DG Headquarters (BSF) Chandigarh. Extensive experience in a border management, operational command, and administration, including a leadership role along the Indo-Bangladesh border. While working with the Coach Bihar, he commanded 4 battalions of BSF and also functioned as a chairman of Kendriya Vidyalaya for 2 academic sessions from 2017 to 2019. Continuously upgraded professional expertise through the program at IIM Indore, IDSA New Delhi, and MDI Gurgaon in Management, Intelligence and Defense Studies. Passionate educator and mentor, currently running a philanthropic initiative, Rakshak YouTube channel to guide UPSC and CAPF aspirants, impacting hundreds of students. Today he will be guiding us on a very important and relevant topic: discipline at early age builds a strong future. Please join with me in welcoming Shri Inder Prakash Bhatia, sir, for his first live webinar with Hello Kids. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
We warmly welcome for our webinar, sir.
Okay. So as far as the introduction is concerned, sufficient introduction has been given. Besides this, I was awarded DG's Commendation Card 5 and I was awarded President Police Medal for meritorious service also. So far in the last 3-4 years, I have helped almost 120 officers to join the various academies in CASF, Border Security Force, ITBP, and almost 120 officers are either getting training or they have joined the services and they are working for the nation. They are working for the nation. This program is total philanthropic program for which I devote almost 2 hours daily, and I have got 2 Telegram channels on which I deliver the sufficient reading material based on which questions are asked from the UPSC. So this is all about the graduates and postgraduates who want to become officers in the Central Armed Police or Intelligence Bureau of the country. This is what I want to tell in a nutshell.
Yes, sir.
So now we'll be coming to the topic. The topic as has been delivered to me is discipline at early age builds strong future. So by early age, what we understand? By early age, I mean minimum 5 years of age or minimum 6 years of age That is the starting point when we come to know what the world is, and we start respecting our parents, teachers, and we abide by their instructions. So this is good for the academic pursuits. If we are going for the academic pursuits, this is good. But if we take the data of the Olympics, I have got the data of Olympics with me. Last time in 2024, Olympics were held in Paris. So US got first position, United States, they earned 126 medals. 40 gold medals were with the USA. China 40 gold medal, but silver and bronze they were far behind, so they were lagging. They got 91 medals and they were second in number. So third was Japan with 20 gold medal and 12 silver, 13 bronze and total 45. Where was India in that medal tally? It was at 71 number. Did we got gold medal? No, we didn't get gold medal. We got one silver medal and five bronze medal. Total six medals. So coming to the sports. Coming to the sport, the early age starts very early. I have been to United States twice in the California, where my both daughters are living. One is married to a doctor, and one has completed post-graduation in industrial organization psychology, and she is looking for a job. She has completed post-graduation MSc, and probably she'll be getting job in a month. So there I have seen that that country has got very good facilities for three things. Number one, swimming pool, almost you will find in each society or in each good house. Number two, they have got basketball ground, either in a common ground in the society, or they have got ring of basketball attached with the walls in their own houses. Number three, they have got beautiful parks, tracks. Number four, they have got good lawn tennis grounds. And what to talk of golf? If Chandigarh has got one golf course and Panchkula has got one golf course, that is the end of the Tri-City. But there in San Diego, there were 300 golf courses. So they start at very early age. They teach their children swimming from the 4th of the month. 4 महीने के बच्चे को स्विमिंग स्टार्ट करवा देते हैं. जैसे ही 2-3 साल का बच्चा होता है उसको बास्केटबॉल ग्राउंड में भेजना शुरू कर देते हैं. लॉन टेनिस अगर उसको सिखानी है तो जैसे ही बच्चा चौथी पांचवी में पहुंचेगा उसको लॉन टेनिस सिखाने शुरू कर देंगे. उसी प्रकार से देर आर नंबर ऑफ शूटिंग रेंजेस, प्राइवेट शूटिंग रेंजेस इन अमेरिका, वेयर एज इन इंडिया वी डोंट हैव द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ प्राइवेट शूटिंग रेंजेस हियर. So what I mean to say, we not only lag in the facilities, but also our concept of early age varies. We think that unless the child reaches at the age of 5 or 6, his early age has not started. This is, I think, a difficult kind of concept which the parents must override, because if the child has to compete in any of the sports, they must start very early. I was yesterday reading about the Hero Honda Cup, which is being held in Delhi Golf Course and Delhi. And can you imagine who is the winner of that golf cup? Akshay Bhatia, age 24. American-born Akshay Bhatia has come and won the cup. So at the age of 24, he is winning the cup of golf course. So in our country, probably if we are from the armed forces background, we pick up our clubs once we become major or colonel, not before that, because the duty is as such that either we are in the field or we are in the border areas, and unless you become commandant or colonel, probably these clubs are out of your range. So here a man who is coming from America, he is beating all the world players, and he is lifting the cup because that boy started playing golf at the age of 10. So 14 years was a sufficient period where he could become the champion of the world. So this is what I want to say about the early age. Early age cannot be defined by the years. It can be defined by the mental aptitude, capability of the individual. It will vary from individual to individual. It will vary from individual to individual. So now coming to discipline. What is discipline? In armed forces background, we generally mean that if things are happening in time and everything ends well, it is a discipline. But if you look in a broader way, discipline is what? Discipline is the destiny. I would like to say, if today I am talking to you, it is because I was a disciplined man from the age of 10 years when I joined a military school where I had the rigors of getting up early in the morning at 4:30. After having a cup of tea, we used to go for the PT. By 6:30, we used to come back to our barracks. By 7:30, we used to have our breakfast. At 8 o'clock, classes used to be run. Then by 2 in the afternoon, we used to go for the lunch. 2:30, then break for 1 hour. And again 3:30 in the classes for afternoon work. 5 o'clock in the evening, games compulsory. You have to join the compulsory game for 1.5 hours. 6:30, games are over. In the 7 in the evening, after bath, etc., you will be having a roll call. You will be told the activities of the next morning. Then you go for the dinner. And again, 8 in the evening, you are back in the classes. 8 to 10, again, you either self-study or carry out the homework which has been given by your teachers. So this was our schedule. From 4 in the morning, 10 in the night, we never thought of our parents. We were only engaged in the activities, either in the sports activities or in the PT activities or in the school academic program. So this was our schedule. So if at that time I had the capability of running 1600 meter at the age of 11 and 12 in 8 minutes. So when I was tested as assistant commandant, I could complete the same race in 5 minutes. And even if today you test me at the age of 64, I will complete the same race in 12 minutes. So this is what I want to say about the discipline. If you are doing a thing in your passion, in your hobbies, in a systematic way, then you can perform that kind of action without any kind of effort. So therefore, I say that discipline is a destiny. What is talent? What is talent? Talent is nothing without discipline and dedication. If you say that the man is talented, if I say that Akshay Bhatia, who lifted the golf club from Delhi at the age of 24, he is talented. It means he is the man who was dedicated from the age of 12. He was disciplined. He had been to golf courses early in the morning before the sun rises, and he used to remain the golf courses for 6 hours, 7 hours, and at the age of 24, he could lift the World Cup. So there is a quotation in English: early to rise, early to bed makes man healthy, wealthy, and wise. That is true till today. If we are rising early and we are going to bed early, then you have sufficient sleep, you are stress free, and probably you will achieve whatever you want to achieve in your life. Discipline is an application of effort. We have to go for the effort. It is willpower, it is self control, and it is to bridge the gap between dreams and realities. If you want to bridge the gap between dreams and realities, you have to be disciplined. Now I'll give another example. In the whole of the country, civil services examinations are conducted annually. 8 lakh to 10 lakh students appear in that examination. Preliminary examination, 8 lakh students appear. Now the results are out after 2-3 months, and you find 15,000 candidates who have cleared the preliminary examination. Again, main examinations are conducted by the UPSC in the month of October. Then mains result are out in the month of January, and you find that 2,500 to 3,000 candidates have cleared the main examination. Then their interviews are conducted in the month of February by the UPSC board, and only 900 to 1,000 candidates find the job, out of which 150 are IAS, 150 to 200 are IPS, then slowly and steadily IRS, etc. This is means totally we select 1,000 candidates out of this competitive exam, where initially candidates were 8 lakh. So can you imagine that those persons who qualify this exam, have they qualified this exam by their labor of 1 or 2 years? If you say yes, then you are wrong. If you say no, then you are right. Because these are those students who have been outstanding students from the class 5th, class 6th. They had very good marks in the metric exam. They had very good marks in the intermediate. They had very good marks in the graduation and post-graduation. They were either engineers from the IITI or they were medical graduates. So those who are qualifying this annual exam, they have qualified by dint of their hard labor, by concentration, focus, effort, discipline, which begins with the early life. You cannot say that at the age of 25, I will become IAS and you don't work at all at the age of 15. It is a wrong concept. If you want to become IAS, you must start working at the age of 12. From 6th onward, from 5th onward. This is a highly competitive exam. So therefore, again, I stress upon this point that early age matters in deciding the factor which service you are going to get in the future. So if we are disciplined, what will happen? Habit formation. By habit formation, you can read the newspaper, you can read the novel, you can read the poetry. Time management. You will be able to manage your time. As I introduced my own rigors, early in the morning from 4:30 to 10 in the night. This is time management, how you manage the time. Then your mindset. By mindset, I say that you push harder than the yesterday. Say, today I have completed 1600-meter race in 5.5 minutes. Tomorrow I will try to reduce it by 30 seconds or by 15 seconds. This is pushing harder than yesterday. What does Mahatma Gandhi says about the discipline? Mahatma Gandhi says that discipline and united actions are the real strength of the nation. If there is discipline in the country and action is united, that country will become very strong. So, out of discipline, we get the orderliness, efficiency, punctuality, organization, that is, we are better organized. We focus on the task, and lastly, we become stress-free. If you have read the interviews of any of the candidates who qualify and get first position in the civil services, you read their interview. What they will say in the interview, that before the exam, they stopped reading the books.
अभी नमस्ते जी, मैं अभी बात में करता हूँ किसी ना। हाँ जी, हाँ जी।
They stopped reading the books 24 hours before
बात
exam.
करता हूँ आपसे।
Other good candidates, they don't study before 48 hours. They give calmness to their mind, introspection, recalling. Simply rest to the brain, so that once you are in the exam center, you focus in a better way, and you put your thought in black and white in a more efficient way to get through that kind of tough exam. So it means if a person is disciplined, focused, orderliness, he will remain stress-free when the real test has come. In contrast to it, if we are not focused, not orderliness, not organized, we'll have stress. You might have seen number of candidates before the board exam mugging up everything, whether it is a physics numerical or whether it is a chemistry equation. That mugging up doesn't solve your problem once only 24 hours are left before the examination. So if you want to qualify with good marks in any of the exam, in 8th standard, 10th standard, 12th standard, you have to work throughout the year, and that is a part of discipline. Now, I would like to say another point which is very important from today's point of view. Today we have got mobile in our hand. So what does this mobile provide to us? This mobile has reduced our thinking power. व्हाट्सएप पे आप लिखना चाहते हैं, नीचे स्पेलिंग अपने आप आ जाती हैं, आप फटाफट लगा देते हो. वास्तव में आपसे स्पेलिंग पूछी जाए तो आएंगे नहीं. Then you have got Perplexity, Chat GPT, Anthropic tool. You can take help of these AI tools. But if you have to put out your original ideas, then it is difficult. So what AI has done, artificial intelligence has done, is that it has allowed human being to think less. What is the role of teachers now? The role of the teachers is that they should remain focused on the student. They have to make their students thinking human beings. Thinking human beings. How they can make them thinking human beings? You will have to go to the old system of education in which Colonel Saab studied, I studied. What is that? Give them essay writing without books. Let them write essay in 1 hour without looking at the books. Give them poem recitation. Let them recite poems without looking at the books. Give them novels to read, and then give them time to stand up and speak about the novel in 15 minutes, 20 minutes, public speaking. Give them books. Let them read the books and ask them to write the reviews. Let them visit the libraries, search the material. Do it in a harder way rather than depending upon these modern AI tools of Chat GPT, Perplexity, and Anthropic tools or AI tools, whichever available in the mobile. Similarly, it is with the calculator. Calculator has reduced our thinking power. We used to learn the pahadas in a difficult way, up to 20, 25. Today we can calculate large sums without having calculators. But now the modern generation cannot do it. What does Einstein study? Einstein, you know Einstein. Einstein was a Jewish who was from Germany basically. He went to America when the Hitler was after Nazis. And the Jews were running from that country. He went to America. He was the maker of the atomic bomb. Atomic bomb was made by Einstein. He was a good mathematician, good physics wizard. So he said that I have utilized only 10% of my brain, and 90% of brain I am taking to the grave. If a scientist like Einstein says that I have utilized 10%, I think we fall in the category of 1 to 2%. So we must utilize our brain. And the deeper meaning of education should be found. Education should not be restricted to employability. We should get the employment. Education should be for the harmonious development of the personality of the student. By harmonious development, I say physical development, social development, mental development, spiritual development, emotional development. These kind of developments teachers must cater for while preparing their students, because we need thinking human beings. We don't need robots. So, in order to produce thinking human beings, we should remodule our thinking patterns, education patterns, and we should rely less and less on AI modules and calculators. This is what I want to say in nutshell about the discipline at the early age and how it builds a strong future. Now, questions from your side. Kindly ask questions.
It is not a question, but if you permit me, Kavita ji and DG Bhatia,
Sure, sir.
can I add something?
Please, sir.
Yes, why not?
All right. Hello, friend. My approach is slightly different than what has been already said. You see, I look at the discipline, three aspects of discipline: the physical discipline, that of the body, mind, and spirit. Now, the first part for the young boys and girls up to the age of 5, 7, I think it starts right from the beginning, the moment the child is able to go to the school or, starts playing any type of game. The physical fitness begins right from the age 2, 3, 4 years, and it becomes a part of your habit. Now, it is very important, there is no doubt about it. If you can't look after your body, you can't do anything else. So, if this has to be made a habit of the child, the parents must play a very important role, because the child spends more time initially at home rather than at the school. Later on, of course, the school has 8 hours, and maybe the child spends lesser time, awakening time, when the child is not asleep. That time is more with the school and less with the home. But initially, it is the other way around. So it is the responsibility of the parents, which in any case is the first school, and parents are the first teachers. They must inculcate the habit of taking care of, if, and the child observes their parents. The child learns more by observation rather than by any direction or any instruction, do this, do that. No, if you are taking care of your health, and if you have good healthy habits, the child is likely to follow you. The second part is the mind part. Mind is that taking care of your thoughts. Thoughts are the most powerful, and they need to be controlled. And this habit also, learning how to control your thoughts, must also begin as early as possible. And that is what you see, your thoughts get converted into words, words get converted into your actions, actions become your habits, and habits become your character. So if really your character starts right from the kind of thoughts which you have. So getting positive thoughts, all of us, including the children, get at least 20,000 thoughts in 24 hours, many of them repetitive in nature. So what do? Now that is what is emotional intelligence or emotional agility. The parents and the teachers must try and develop emotional agility in the child right from the beginning. That emotional energy, how to control, what is the definition of good thought and bad thought? That is a different thing. I'll not go into that detail. But they encouraging a child to thinking positive and good, and getting rid of negative thoughts is also the initial stages. It becomes a part of the training of a teacher. You see, what happens is the brain can be trained to behave in a particular manner. That is a good thing. You can always train the cells of the brain you train it to behave in a particular manner. Now, if you start training the brain of the child right in the beginning, the child will get into that programmed or conditioned manner, and that will become a habit with the child. So, letting the child know how to control negative or not good, that definition, as I said, it depends upon your understanding of good and bad. That should start right from the beginning. And the third is the discipline of the spirit. Discipline of the spirit is like your compass. Compass. What is your purpose? What do you want from life? What matters the most in life? If the parents and the teachers understand what matters the most in life, the child will also start understanding human values, for example, kindness, love, peace, empathy, compassion. Who teaches the child that? That has to come in. And what is the purpose of life? That the child must start understanding at the age of 5, 6, 7, that this is what life is all about. You have been given a great gift by the God Almighty with so much, you are so special. Let the child understand that he or she is the most special person in the entire world, and you've been granted this by the Almighty. Now, because of that, you can do wonders. That confidence that you have the ability to do wonders must get in the head of the child. That the problem now is knowing and doing gap. You see, all this what I am saying is already known to most of the parents and teachers would say that we know this. What is something new which you are telling us? Yes, there is nothing which new which anybody can tell you. You know all this. Now, the gap between knowing and doing. You know that getting up in the morning, going for exercise, playing games, doing this, that, all that is very important and it is necessary for good health. But how many of us actually do it? So, if you have to fill the knowing and doing gap, and one more thing which I forgot to mention, that is the social mindfulness which must be taught to the child. The meaning of social mindfulness is his or her behavior when he is not being observed by others. When the child is not being observed by anybody else, how does the child behave in that situation? Okay, will the child clean the room, or will go when the child goes to the washroom? How does the child clean his or her own hands or his other parts of the body? Now, or brushing the teeth. These small minor things the child must start understanding as his or her responsibility right from the beginning. And as the child grows, he will start understanding that there are other better, more serious responsibility which the child is expected to take on over a period of time. But to my mind, the teachers and the parents must make an effort to fill that knowledge and doing gap by demonstrating. A good example is, is the best way of teaching the child. So, setting a great example by the teachers and the parents will do a lot of good to the child. Of course, slowly and steadily the child must develop the habit of sitting still for say half an hour, 1 hour, without going to the washroom, without opening the fridge, without touching your mobile phone, or without doing anything, just sitting tight and still. This habit of 10, 15 minutes without doing anything. I mean, if you're not studying or you're not doing anything, but your focus for that 15 minutes, for that half an hour, maybe you are some kind of meditation or some kind of prayer to Almighty, whosoever you have faith in or belief in, looking at that part, along with the parents, sitting there and praying. These are the good habits which can be developed. And it is easy to develop good habits right in the beginning. Later on, when the child grows up, After that, changing the habits or getting rid of bad habits and developing new habits is a very, very big challenge. And most of the people who have developed certain type of habits, you will realize that they go till their end of the person. Those habits stay with that person, most of them, because it is very difficult to get rid of those habits. So developing the right kind of habits in the beginning, maybe first 5, 7, 10 years, that is the perhaps the most important period when the child, and 5 years, of course, everyone knows that 95%, 90% of the development of the child takes during those formative years. And during those years, if you are able to have those habits, good habits, positive habits, inculcated in the child, you will be doing great service to the child, to your school and the parents. The atmosphere within the home or the school should become such that the children are learning music, for example, reading something, whatever at that age the child can read, but developing the habit of reading a book, the small little story, something, to be given to the child. The teacher can write the story in his or her own hand to suit the age of the and the knowledge of the child, one is dealing with in that class. Write a story and let the children read that. I would recommend that every school should have a small little story book written by the teachers themselves, not what NCRT and so and so and so and so, those experts develop those. That is, I don't believe in this. That is a lot of bullshit and a lot of nonsense in that. So let the teachers or the parents write the stories from common day life, from child's life, from his home, from the school. Write those stories and let there be a small kind of booklet. Let the child start reading that. That will slowly and steadily develop the habit of reading in the child, which is missing. And discipline of use of mobile phone, not more than 1 hour, not more than 2 hours, and that also for a particular purpose which you define. You see, letting the child, the modern psychologists say that let the child do anything and play away and this and that, all that is very fine. But if you have to guide a child without hurting the psychology of the child, then what is the best way of don't accept what is known to be wrong. Don't accept every demand the child places. Children are very clever. Even children at the age of 4 and 5, they know how to get the thing by throwing tantrums. Don't go by their tantrums. Accept the things which are right. And if you are not accepting something, explain it to the child why you are not accepting it. Why is it that this is not acceptable? This cannot be done. Why? Let the child understand this. The second time, probably the child will not ask for that, what is not correct. So, even that, developing that, the use of phone, curtailing it to particular time as a reward, as a good work. You've done a good work, great work. Today, 10 minutes extra of your mobile phone. Our total time in 24 hours, 1 hour. Not during the lunch or dinner time or before the and TV time and this time, even TV time. Restricting the TV and mobile time of the child, and it has to be individual homes and individual child and individual families. Not it can't be a universal kind of law that do it for this time. No, suiting the requirement of the child and that family, have that kind of discipline inculcated in the child. So this is how I thought I will like to handle this problem. And of course, the aspects which DIG Bhatia has brought out, very, very important aspects, and they have to be seen. As a matter of fact, let me tell you that I have interviewed about more than 1,200 UPSC mock interviews at Delhi, physical, and there are at least every year, 30, 40 of them whom I have interviewed, they become IAS and IPS officers. And so I have been doing this in the past year, and I know the kind of discipline they have to go into. but that's a different kind of discipline. That discipline is, you see, as I said, that one should decide what you want to be in life as early as possible. Let the child, you see, in our system, in education system, lot of time of the child is wasted in deciding what the child should be doing. Let that be decided as early as possible. And IAS or these kind of things are not the only jobs. Today, you are living in a world that anything the child can do well, that can become his or her profession. Anything. Anything. You would have seen that the 10 plus 2 pass boys and girls making more money than IIT pass outs. Isn't that happening today? It is happening because anything you do well can become your profession. So let the child learn anything the child is inclined to do, encourage the child in doing that, and he or she will do very well in that particular field. So no stopping now, not saying that don't do this and don't do that. That is of course, the parents and the teachers have to learn to do that kind of thing. So that is what I thought I'll share. Thank you for patience, and thank you, DG Bhatia. You please carry on the way. Thank you.
It was a wonderful insight, sir. Thank you so much for briefing on that extra points and adding so much insight to us. So there is a hand raised by Shakita. Ma'am, do you have any questions? Yes, sir, please.
Good morning, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Myself,
evening.
Venkatesh from Ankleshwar, Gujarat.
Ji.
First of all, thank you to give the good guidance and good knowledge to us, sir. I have one question, sir. Can I start a 15-minute exercise in my play school during
Yes.
the
You
starting?
can always start. There's no problem.
ओके वन थिंग इज हमने सर यहाँ पे तो हम लोगों ने ये चालू किया था कि हमने सबसे पहले बच्चे लोग आते हैं तो एक राष्ट्रगीत के साथ हनुमान चालीसा कंपलसरी की है और
जी।
हमारे बच्चों को 4 या 5 साल के बच्चों को हनुमान चालीसा पूरी आती है
गुड
और हमने ये भी डिसाइड किया है कि जब भी बच्चे घर से निकलेंगे तो भगवान का पैर और मम्मी पापा के पैर पड़ के घर से आएंगे
जी,
एक हमने एक हैबिट हमने डाली है
अच्छी
और
है
उसके
बेटा।
साथ हम ये बात आपने बोली थी कि एक 15 मिनट का 20 मिनट का एक्सरसाइज मॉर्निंग एक्सरसाइज का हम रखना चाहते हैं तो आपने जो सजेशन दिया हमें बहुत अच्छा लगा सर।
चलो गुड, थैंक यू वेरी मच।
यस
इसके साथ जय हिंद भी सिखाएं। जय भारत,
हाँ सर
जय हिंद। ये आपके
वो
हर जो भी करते हैं दिन में,
हाँ
उसमें मेरा ख्याल है कि नेशन बिल्डिंग का जो वो है स्पिरिट, डेवलपिंग इन द
हाँ
चाइल्ड, बीइंग ए प्राउड इंडियन एज द चाइल्ड ग्रोज अप, तो ये जो स्पिरिट है
ओके
ना उसके अंदर चाइल्ड के लाने के लिए, तो भारत के बारे में, इंडिया के बारे में बताना, व्हाट वी आर डूइंग, हाउ वी आर ग्रोइंग, और एट द एंड लेट दोस, यू सी, आई नो ऑफ ए स्कूल, वहाँ पर प्रिंसिपल जो है वो उनका जो ग्रीटिंग है वो नमस्ते है। हर कोई नमस्ते से ग्रीट करता है एक दूसरे को। ब्यूटीफुल थिंग। नमस्ते हैज ए वेरी ब्यूटीफुल मीनिंग, सो नमस्ते इज ए गुड आइडिया। और जब वो जाते हैं बच्चे, तो वो नमस्ते और साथ जाके जाते जाते जय हिंद करते हैं।
नहीं
तो
नाइस सर
तो मेरा ख्याल है ये जय हिंद वाली स्पिरिट जो है ना, वो भी
बहुत
बच्चे
अच्छी
को
है।
नेशन बिल्डिंग में हेल्प करती है। वो सिखानी चाहिए राइट फ्रॉम द बिगनिंग।
ये सर एक्चुअली हम सैटरडे के दिन हमारे यहाँ पे ना कुछ बच्चों को पढ़ाते नहीं तो हमारे यहाँ पे एक ब्राह्मण आते थे और उनको भगवत गीता के श्लोक से कुछ श्लोक गायत्री मंत्र वगैरह और ऐसी पौराणिक कथाएं बताते थे। वो जो सैटरडे का पीरियड हमने लगा था कि चाइल्ड में कुछ अपनी धार्मिकता डेवलप करने के लिए। तो आपके विचार से कैसा है सर ये
नहीं
मेरा
ठीक है,
कदम?
देखो बेसिकली इन ऑल स्कूल्स the syllabus is almost same, whether it is a convent school, whether it is a government school, or whether it is a private school. Saturday in our times used to be the day of co-curricular activities, debates, declamation, poetry recitation, dramas, and the Havans, because I studied up to fifth in the RSMA school. So there used to be Havans also. So this is the way
ओके
how
ओके
child grows culturally, religiously, and professionally and academically. So all these things are good. If we imbibe at the
Okay,
early
sir.
age, it is very good.
May I
Okay,
suggest
thank you, sir.
something?
Thank you.
देखिए,
Yes, sir.
आइडिया इज के धर्म से भी ज्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट है स्पिरिचुअलिटी।
देश।
स्पिरिचुअलिटी का मतलब ये है कि ऑल ह्यूमन बीइंग्स आर इक्वल, यूनिवर्सल ब्रदरहुड, एम्पथी, कंपैशन, पीस, लव, ये चीजें जो है ना, दे आर अबव, एंड ऑल द रिलीजन्स टीच दैट। सारे धर्म जो
बट
है,
सर,
हिंदू धर्म, सिख धर्म, इस्लाम धर्म, क्रिश्चियनिटी, आप इनके ऊपर मैंने कुछ काम किया है, मेरी कुछ बुक्स भी है इनके ऊपर, और मुझे पता है कि सारे धर्म जो है ना, वो यही कहते हैं, यूनिवर्सल ब्रदरहुड। हमारे तो बड़ी खूबसूरत कई चीज़ें हैं। और देखिए, हिंदू धर्म में सबसे खूबसूरत चीज़ जो है, जो स्वामी विवेकानंद ने 1899 89 में शिकागो में कही थी, सिस्टर्स एंड ब्रदर ऑफ अमेरिका,
and
आई एम
brothers.
My
प्राउड
dear
टू
sisters
बिलोंग
and
टू दैट
brothers.
रिलीजन विच हैज टॉट द एंटायर वर्ल्ड। क्या टॉट किया पूरे वर्ल्ड को? उन्होंने टॉलरेंस और एक्सेप्टेंस, पूरी दुनिया को हिंदू धर्म ने टॉलरेंस और एक्सेप्टेंस सिखाई। ठीक है? तो इसी तरह से सिख धर्म में गुरु नानक टॉट ओनली यूनिवर्सल ब्रदरहुड। इस्लाम में भी, जो इस्लाम के एक बहुत बड़े जो मेरे दोस्त हैं, जस्टिस असनैन, वो आजकल पंजाब के एनएसए और एनडीपीएस के चेयरमैन हैं, तो वी आर वेरी गुड फ्रेंड्स। वो कहते हैं कि इस्लाम धर्म में लिखा है कुरान शरीफ में कि अगर आपके पड़ोसी ने खाना नहीं खाया तो आपका खाना खाना हराम है।
राम।
क्रिश्चियनिटी में मर्सी, लव, पीस की जो जगह है वो आप समझते ही हैं। सो इसलिए मेरा मतलब ये है कि एक धर्म के ऊपर फोकस करने के बजाय, हमारी इस
ओके, ओके।
सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम इंडिया में है, ये जो है ना हमारे कास्ट और धर्म के ऊपर डिवीजन, वो आपने नहीं होने देना। छोटे
सही
बच्चों को सिखाना है कि सारे धर्म बराबर हैं भाई, सारे धर्म की रिस्पेक्ट करनी है, एक धर्म को फॉलो करो, बहुत अच्छी बात है, और पूरा रिलीजियसली, पूरी शिद्दत से, पूरे जोर से फॉलो करो, बट एट द सेम टाइम लर्न टू रिस्पेक्ट अदर रिलीजन्स। देर आर ग्रेट एग्जाम्पल, ग्रेट थिंग्स इन अदर रिलीजन, ऑल रिलीजन ऑफ द वर्ल्ड, उनसे भी सीखें हम। और इंटर फेथ, उनको दूसरे धर्मों के बारे में भी सिखाएं। जहां आप हनुमान चालीसा सिखाते हैं, उनको ये भी बताएं कि सिखिज्म में एक जापजी साहब है जो गुरु नानक देव ने दिया था। उनको कुरान शरीफ के अंदर जाए, कुछ उनको इंस्ट्रूमेंट ऑफ पीस बनाना है। इसी अल्टीमेट एम ऑफ ए टीचर या एक पेरेंट का पता क्या होना चाहिए? टू मेक ए चाइल्ड एन इंस्ट्रूमेंट ऑफ पीस। इंस्ट्रूमेंट ऑफ पीस कौन होता है? नॉन वायलेंस, रक्षा करनी, चाहे जीव, जानवर, पक्षु, पक्षी, सबका। दैट इज द काइंड ऑफ थिंग, मेरा ख्याल है एक बच्चे की आइडियल ग्रोथ जो है ऐसे होनी चाहिए।
On the
ओके,
lighter
ओके,
side,
सर।
not to make him Trump.
नहीं, बस ये सजेशन है, बाकी आप जैसे ठीक समझे। मेरा तो
नहीं, 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 सर, आप
एज
हमसे
ए
काफी
ओल्ड मैन,
सीनियर। नहीं।
ओल्ड मैन मेरा एक्सपीरियंस है, तो मैं वो आपको बता रहा हूँ कि ये चीजें। और एक स्पोर्ट्स की तरफ, जैसे सर ने बताया, डीआईजी साहब ने, देखिए, देयर इज सो मच ए चाइल्ड कैन लर्न फ्रॉम द स्पोर्ट्स।
Team
स्पोर्ट्स इतना
spirit.
कुछ अपने आप ही सिखा देती है। कोऑपरेशन, एक दूसरे के साथ, कॉम्पिटिटिव स्पिरिट, अपनी स्ट्रेंथ को यूज करने का मादा, ऑल दीज थिंग्स आर लर्न फ्रॉम बीइंग ए स्पोर्ट्स पर्सन। तो एनकरेज देम टू बिकम स्पोर्ट्स पर्सन राइट फ्रॉम द बिगिनिंग। जैसे बता रहे थे डीआईजी साहब कि शुरू में ही अगर स्पोर्ट्स खेलना है तो खेलने दो उसको। ये नहीं कि बैठो आओ ट्यूशन जाओ, उसके बाद ये हो गया वो हो गया, वो चीज़ें सारी उम्र चलेंगी। बट लेट द चाइल्ड प्ले ऑल्सो एज मच एज द चाइल्ड कैन।
Sir, myself Dipti from Hello Kids to Light Baroda branch from Gujarat. Actually, my question is right. Some parents are coming, so we are telling them that we are teaching the discipline to kids also. So उनका कहने का होता है discipline अभी से at the age of 3, 4, 5 you are teaching them discipline. This is not the age they are free from this. तो उनका कहना ये होता है, मैंने डिसिप्लिन इज नॉट लाइक दैट वी आर गोइंग टू बी स्ट्रिक्ट विद द किड्स, दिस किड्स हैव टू डू दैट इन द स्कूल ओनली। हम वैसा नहीं सिखाते हैं। डिसिप्लिन इज टू टीच, द लैटिन वर्ड ऑफ डिसिप्लिन इज टू टीच। तो हम उनको यही समझाते हैं, बट पेरेंट्स आर लाइक कि नहीं मैडम ऐसा नहीं होता है, डिसिप्लिन एट दिस एज। सो माय क्वेश्चन इज रिगार्डिंग दिस ओनली, सो व्हाट वी कैन डू मोर इन दैट?
देखो एक्चुअली जो है ना, फॉर ए चाइल्ड ऑफ 3 years 4 year, फॉर देम डिसिप्लिन इज फर्स्ट come to the school, sit down, say good morning, good evening, say hello to others, eat food in time,
Yeah.
enjoy the recess. This is the part of their discipline. We
Yes.
don't expect very rigorous discipline from the young, early age.
Yes.
This is what I mean to say about that discipline.
Yeah, we are also telling that only, sir, ki your child have to sit when the time of when is teaching something, at that time they have to sit. When their breakfast time is there, they have to do the prayer. नहीं मैडम, मेरा बच्चा तो ये नहीं करता है, उसको तो उसकी मर्जी का ही करना पड़ता है सर। तो हम थोड़ा बताते हैं उनको कि इट विल टेक टाइम, इन वन डे इट इज नॉट गोइंग टू बिकम,
Yeah,
it will take time because at home the atmosphere is different and at school some atmospheres are different, so बच्चे को adjust होने में it will take time.
time. Actually, what happens? There are differences among the children. Recently, I attended a program of Bachpan School,
Okay.
where there were students of only UKG, LKG, and nursery. So there was a kind of group dance being performed by 20 students. Out of 25 were not interested. They were looking at their parents, those who were sitting in one corner or another corner. Then 3, 4 were dancing perfectly. One of the boy jumped from the stage and came down and went towards her mother. So this kind of difference has to be
Excellent.
accepted,
Yeah.
because we are dealing with the young growing mind who are to be detached from their parents for a short duration. They are more concentrated towards their parents.
Yes.
This is the time when you give them some kind of break and teach them the orderliness of the day. Small things. This is banana,
Okay.
this is apple. This is what is expected of them. We don't expect much from them.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Like if I am getting what sir is saying, we are teaching them self-control, I think,
Yeah.
and safety and how to share and care and how to be means अपने माँ बाप से अलग रह के how can you be a
Bilkul. All the
whole
time they keep on thinking about their parents. And if their parents are in the front, then they will forget the present also. In present they had to dance, but now they are looking towards their parents.
yes, so self-control is
Yeah.
is the point. We self-control they are learning in the schools in the name of discipline.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else?
Hello, sir. Good evening, sir.
Ji, good evening.
Myself, Saketa from Bangalore. Sir, basically, my concern is the cultural influence these days the kids are having on them. Like, basically, what you have said, like the school would be a place of exposure, the home would be a place of exposure. Other than that, society is also being a very big exposure place for them. Even though the teachers are doing well at school, teaching them discipline. Even the parents are following a good routine and were disciplined. But still, the kids tend to learn many things from the outside kids. The major part among that is the glorification of the Western world, glorification of all those modernized thoughts and all. Not only with the kids, but with the teenage boys and girls. For them, even for the girls, like women being empowered is being looked at differently. Like crossing the borders doesn't mean being empowered. Empowerment means staying strong to the decisions and bringing a good impact, kind of things. These things are not properly being known to the kids or the teenagers these days. And as we all know that as this is the world based on the social media and all, how to protect our kids from such kind of influences, and what steps can be taken as a parents and or as a education institution or from the government side or anything kind of such, sir. Because basically, one example I would like to suggest is the celebration of Halloween has become a fashion these days in the societies and even in the preschools. That little cute kids, they were being dressed in such a kind of scary dresses with blood overall. It's not fun. Why are you taking such kind of influences from the other world, sir? I'm literally concerned. From my end, what I have tried to do is in our society, I didn't send my kid for that function. In my school, I didn't celebrate such thing. We should celebrate Ram Navami and whatever the culture we have. Our culture is very rich, and basically that's not being properly projected to the kids. How to do that? Um,
Basically, it all depends upon the management and the organization of the school.
yes.
Because if management and organization are promoting their own culture, own religion, and own civilization, then I think the management is doing their best task. If management is promoting Halloween functions, which are popular in America, so probably we are drifting. The society is drifting towards a different part. So westernization is okay. Westernization should be mm, technologically. We should learn from them if they are good. Say Japanese are good in technology, we should learn from them. Germans are good in something, we should learn from them. Then Americans are good in something, we should learn from them. But as far as the culture is concerned, we have to protect it. Unless we protect our culture, then I think a stage may come when we will forget everything. Why we are celebrating Guru Gobind Singh birthday? Why we are celebrating Guru Nanak birthday? Why we are celebrating Ram Navami? Because if we don't celebrate, probably after 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, we'll forget everything. Our culture, will lose our culture. So this all depends upon the organization and management of the school, and they should give a deep thought that where we have to take our students and what they should become in the future.
Yes, sir. And how to discipline the
may I,
kids when they are
Saketa?
being, sir?
All right. Saketa, may I interject, DIG Bhatia?
Please.
May I say something?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Please, sir.
Yes, sir.
You see, you must have read that book, A Tale of Two Cities,
Yes, by Charles Dickens.
Charles Dickens. He says these are the best of the times and these are the worst of the times.
Correct.
Now, in these times, what would a child, just imagine a child of 5 years watching on TV when the parents are sitting and watching the bombardment of Iran by a particular country or whatever is happening over the huge big TV, and the child of 5 years also sitting there and watching that. What happens to the psychology of that child? Now, the word is giving a very poor opinion of mankind and humanity and things like that, what is happening. Now, it is the responsibility of the parents and teachers to shield them from that kind of thing. Reduce the exposure of social media, as I said earlier, and the TV and other things, only the desirable content, what you think as a mature senior person, that what is desirable for the child, depending upon culture and other various other aspects. Expose the child only to that. I understand that when you go out and you see all kinds of things, and as the child grows, the child will learn that what all happens, why there are murders, cheating, rapes, and all kinds of things in the society, that he or she will have to get used to the kind of world we live in. But at this time, if you can shield the child from seeing the exposure which you think is not desirable, then try and do that as much as you can. Otherwise, you can't shut the child away from the reality of life. That is not possible. The child will be exposed to evil influence of society and whatever is happening around us.
Yes, sir. And sir, Chima sir,
Yes.
as you have said, like if it is a social media, free media, wherein control can't be possible from the government side, there are few platforms and aspects which are in the control of the government, like the movies, the OTT platforms. Such things are spilling poison, sir, literally about
I
the
agree
country,
with you,
many
but
aspects.
don't take your child to watch Durandar.
No, is
Do that, please. I mean, in any
not
case, I
Dhurandhar,
think
sir. Every
it
movie
is
is like
not.
that, full of
It is
violence.
A plus. No, what I mean is that even when you are watching a movie on TV or any kind of content you are watching, you have to be careful. It is a discipline of the parents also.
It is
Yes.
discipline of the mind also.
Discipline of the mind and discipline of the parents. If you can't discipline yourself, how would you discipline the child? So
Yeah.
discipline yourself, I think it is personal development of the parents also, which is also very important in the
Yeah,
growth
that's
of
true.
a child. Thank
Let,
you, ma'am.
let us
Thank you,
close it.
sir.
I think
Yeah.
time is over.
So can we
Sanjay,
be tough with children to mend them?
Tough.
Is it wrong or right?
What do you mean by tough?
So that these
No,
generation
no,
kids,
no, no.
they throw tantrums a
You
lot.
can't hurt the such
No, no,
a
not hurting, sir.
tender
Like,
mind and tender this thing of a child. You have to only explain the child the way he or she understands that why are you saying this, that don't do this. If you explain the reason behind what you tell the child that this is not right, don't do this, please explain this to child why not. And then the child will understand it better rather than telling, no, you will not do it, like a army colonel would do it. I have never done this with my children when they were small. You explain the child that this is not right because of this reason and leave it to him. Do it 2, 3, 4 times, probably the child will understand it.
yes, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for your words. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir, for
Thank you,
giving us
ma'am.
such a valuable answers and acknowledging all the queries and the questions of the parents and the educators. So I would like to ask one question. Initially, when we started the meeting, sir was explaining about how the facilities are well developed in the other countries and how it is in India. According to that, if any one changes, if you want to bring to our country, what it would be?
okay. So the change, I think I want to bring is, first of all, the students and parents and teachers, they should accept the growth of talent in the child from the very early age. I would again like to give the example of Einstein. How? Einstein went to school. In the seventh, eighth class, he said, this school is useless. In today, in India, if any student says like this, I think none of the school will accept his statement and will shunt out the school and will write in his character certificate that he bears a low moral character. But it happened in that country. He said, I only want to study mathematics, nothing else. He was shunted out from that school. He went to another school. Then lastly, he got the school where only mathematics was being studied. He studied mathematics and he became a mathematical wizard. So students' talent has to be identified and let that talent grow in right direction. We'll produce miracles in times to come.
May I also give my
Please,
view?
sir.
My
Yes, sir.
view is that since education is what is left behind after you have forgotten what was taught to you in the classroom,
That's
real
true.
education is that. Now, developing the spirit of inquiry, I would like to change the curriculum so that developing spirit of inquiry and teaching the child certain life skills. The focus must be on life skills because when the child grows and the challenges the life throws at him and her, if the child is not able to handle them securely, effectively, then what good is the education? So I would like to give lot of emphasis on life skills, whether they are social or there are others, those life skills, and plus the entire focus should be on developing the spirit of inquiry, jigyasa of the child rather than rote learning, which is the present practice. Today I was seeing the result that so and so board, the result is 97% have passed. But if you ask the children, 97% of those pass out, 97% will not know the capital of India. We have seen this happening. So that unfortunately is the system of education. It needs to be overhauled. It needs to be given a new direction. NEPL done to some extent, but that is not enough.
That's true, sir. Each and every school has to be implementation, how it is going on and how the child is perceiving those knowledge is also very important.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Sir, adding to these questions, I am having one more question, sir. Sir, what is more important since the topic is about the discipline and sir very beautifully answered and explained to the everybody that discipline is very important and how it is important. According to you, what the parents has to do first? First, they have to inculcate the discipline, or they have to start everything as early as possible in the early stage of life of the child.
DIG Bhatia, please.
Yes. Because it totally depends upon the personality of the child. I will give the example from Mahabharata.
Yes, sir.
Satyamev Jayate was taught to all the five. Yudhishthir said, I have not picked up this chapter well. Second day he said, I have not picked up. Third day again he said, I have not picked up. After 7 days he said, yes, I have picked up. Satyamev Jayate, I will speak the truth. And till death he was speaking the truth. So what is this?
Consistency and repetition of the same topics.
Because your brain should be clear.
Yes.
कि मैंने लाइफ में करना क्या है. अब जैसे भीम था, भीम वर्सेस युधिष्ठिर, तो जो मांगने वाला आ गया, तो युधिष्ठिर ने बोला कि कल आ जाना. युधिष्ठिर ने क्या बोला? कल आ जाना, कल भिक्षा ले जाना. भीम ने बोला भैया ये क्या कर रहे हो, अभी दे दो, क्या पता कल तुम जियोगे कि नहीं जियोगे.
Beautiful. Yes.
So this is how the parents have to help their child.
मेरा ख्याल है कि both the things go simultaneously. You see, what happens is कि mother is the best person to understand the latent talent and potential of a child. There are certain things which the child has brought along as the inherited thing in DNA. Now, what are those things which the child already has in him or her because of the DNA would be known to the mother better than anybody else in the initial stages of the child? Have you not seen a child jumping from the bed at the age of 2 and people saying he or she is behaving just like her grandmother or so and so? She also used to be like that. So that part has come now. Understanding that, recognizing that, you already know major part of the personality of the child. Now, as the child grows, the other part, the nurture part is coming in. So you as a mother, more than the father even, the mother knows the child's limitations, strengths and weaknesses right from the beginning, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. And as the time passes, the how to control the child will depend upon how well you know the personality of the child. So if you know the personality of the child, you will behave in a manner which fits in his personality or her personality so that you can discipline the child. That is my take.
Yeah, well said, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you.
It's really very beautiful insight, sir. And coming to the discipline, which is very important actually in upcoming sessions and the continuous sessions, what we were doing, okay, compiling all these things. And each and every session has a very important view site and compiles very good growth in the child development. Hope each and everybody will take away all the insights which has given by sir and will inculcate in our daily life as well and will ensure that yes, each and every child gets the better path for life and learning.
I would recommend to Hello Kid management that synthesizing human values into the latent talent of the child talk about that also. This is what is
We are
more
doing,
significant.
sir. We are doing. We have inculcated a healthy life program from this academic year, where
Great.
what is the importance of the wellness, what is the importance of nutrition, and what is the importance of the life skill and yoga has been regularly taught to the children.
Great, wonderful.
Thank you, sir. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the wonderful session. Thank you
Thank
to
you.
all who has participated and taken a very good insight takeaways from the today's session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.